Okay, hello, good morning class. My name is Callan Baxter. Today I will be teaching you how to play chess. These are going to be the basic rules and guidelines how to play chess. The object of the game is to trap or checkmate your opponent's king. The game is played on a checkered board with 64 squares, much like a checkers board. Chessboard, much like a checkers board. One thing you want to remember is that you always keep a square on the right-hand side of the player. So he'll have one, I have one. Luckily, this board is set up for that. Each player will have 16 pieces, so 32 in total for all of us. The rook, the knight, bishop. The queen is always on their own color, so the king would go next. Queen, bishop, knight, and rook. I'm not going to do both sides, I'm just going to do one. Then you got the pawns on the front line. Think of them like soldiers, because this is what I would consider a very strategic game, and thinking of it like war is very helpful. The white always go first. The king is the most important part, but unfortunately the king only moves one space in any direction. Oh, sorry. The queen is his first line of defense. She can move any number of spaces in any direction. The bishop moves any number of spaces, but only diagonally. The rook moves any number of spaces, but only forward, backwards, and sideways, never diagonally. The knight is the only piece that has any difference in the way it moves. You only move in an L shape. So it'd be 2 forward, 1 to the left or right, or 2 to the side and 1 to the front or back. So always in an L shape. I apologize, I just figured this out last night. If I had more time, I'd be a little more prepared. The pawn moves forward only one space, except for its initial move. So initially, in the first move, you have the option of moving 2 spaces. Each one of them can move up to 2 spaces in the first move. After that, it's only one move at a time. And you can only take someone with a pawn at a diagonal, if that makes sense. If the pawn reaches the opposite end of the board, you will have an option to substitute that with any captured pieces that your opponent may have taken from you. Like I said, the object of the game is to checkmate, capture your king. So once you figure out the moves, the basic moves for each piece, it's more or less up to you and your critical thinking to develop your strategy. Like I said, think of it like war. Think of it, once you know where your pieces go, you have to try to be 2 steps ahead of your opponent. I, myself, am not a professional or anything of that nature. I enjoy playing for fun. I do have friends that play serious, and I don't find that to be very fun, too serious. But like I said, I just realized what I was going to do. I remember one of our fellow classmates bringing this up. And unfortunately, I was probably the last one to get an assignment in, but when it hit me, it felt like it was a good idea. Like I said, I apologize if it isn't as step-by-step and uniformed as it should be, but that is the end of my speech, and that is how you play chess.